Listen to me for a moment. Not because I'm right, not because I have all the answers, but because it took me 75 years to realize something most of us never slow down enough to face. Whether you pray 5 times a day, or you've never believed in anything at all, what I'm about to say matters to you. My name is Russell. I'm 75 years old, and for most of my life, I was haunted by one question. What do I actually believe? I grew up in a house where faith was non-negotiable. Church every Sunday. My father was a deacon. My mother taught Sunday school. I memorized scripture before I could even tie my own shoes. Back then, everything felt certain. The answers were clean. Doubts were dangerous, and questions were kept quiet. But life has a way of disrespecting certainty. When I was 23, my best friend died in a car accident. Gone in seconds. He was kinder than me, more generous, more decent. And I remember standing at his funeral, listening to people talk about God's plan, and for the first time in my life, I wasn't sad. I was angry, because none of it made sense anymore. That anger changed me. I started asking real questions, not polite questions, not church-approved questions. I read everything, the Bible, the Quran, Buddhist texts, Hindu philosophy, even writers who believed in nothing at all. And here's what shocked me. Every single one of them held a piece of truth. Years later, I worked with a devout Muslim man. At first, I kept my distance. Fear wears many disguises. One night, working late, we talked. We didn't debate. We talked. He told me about prayer, about charity, about surrendering to something greater than yourself. And sitting there, close to midnight, I realized something that unsettled me. He was describing the same longing I felt when I prayed. Different words, different rituals, same hunger. Now listen carefully. I am not saying all religions are the same. They're not. The differences matter. But here's what matters more. Every tradition, at its core, whispers the same message. Love people. Help people. Be humble. Don't be cruel. That's it. I've prayed in churches, sat in synagogues, meditated with Buddhists, worshipped with people whose joy made my old pastor uncomfortable. And every time, I found something real. But I've also seen religion used as a weapon. Families torn apart. Teenagers rejected. Wars justified. Cruelty excused. And every time, it broke my heart. Because that was never the point. At 50, my life fell apart. My marriage was strained. Money was tight. Alcohol was creeping in. One night, at 2 in the morning, alone in my garage, I prayed. Not fancy words. No memorized verses. Just honesty. I don't know if you're there. I don't know what I believe. But I can't do this alone. Nothing miraculous happened. No voice. No sign. But the next morning, a neighbor I barely knew asked me to grab coffee. 3 hours later, I had help, resources, hope. Was that God? Chance? Human kindness? I still don't know. And maybe. That's not the point. The older I get, the less certain I am about the details. Heaven or hell? Reincarnation? The right prayers? The right day? I don't know. What I do know is this. The mystery is bigger than all of us. Bigger than any book, any building, any tradition, and the right response to mystery isn't certainty. It's awe. It's humility. It's wonder. Young people are leaving religion. I understand why. They've seen hypocrisy, judgment, pain. But please hear me. Don't abandon the search for meaning. Just because someone gave you bad answers, that longing inside you, that hunger for a purpose, that's not programming. That's human. I still go to church. Not out of fear. Not out of obligation. I go because community matters. But I also learn from Muslims, from Buddhists, from atheists who think deeply about morality. And here is the truth 75 years taught me. The point isn't he having the right answers. The point is how you treat people because of what you believe. If your belief makes you kinder, more compassionate, more humble, it's working. If it makes you cruel, arrogant, or afraid, something's broken. My wife died 3 years ago, 52 years together. In her final days, she asked me, "Do you think we'll see each other again?" I looked at her and said, "I don't know. But I hope so. And if there's love at the heart of existence, then yes, faith, hope, denial. Maybe the label doesn't matter. I'm 75. I'm still learning, still questioning, still searching, and I hope I never stop. So wherever you are, believer, skeptic, somewhere in between, hear this. Your questions are valid. Your doubts are not weakness. Your search for meaning is one of the most human things about you. Stay curious, stay humble, love people, help people, be kind, and keep asking the big questions, because those questions are what make us human. If you want more stories like this, from people who've lived long enough to be honest, subscribe and stay with us, and if you have a story of your own, maybe the next one should be yours.